Go to replenish troops. I am stuck mid-turn and I don't even have to do it. Alright, what's something I could do then to finish off this turn? You don't ever waste action flags. There's never a reason to do that. You use them all up. I'll talk to Renmaru. Get her little story thing out of the way so I could, I guess, continue on her character clear is what it is. I prefer hers to Katsui's since you have to choose between the two. I usually always pick Renmaru's. Also something about the last video and all my future videos is I use Katsui as like a reference to everybody's power because it's a guarantee that you have Katsui in your army, it's a guarantee that you have experience using him, and you know that he's a good unit. So when I say he's capable of being one-shot by this thing, it's not because he's my favorite unit, I guess. It's just that he's really, he's always there. Everybody's got him, and he's an easy one to show the power of other units with. So yeah, that's why I do that. I don't really have one for offense. I mean, Rance's power changes all the time, and Renmaru is a below average unit. Rance will go through a lot of ability and power changes throughout the game. They will all be improvements. They will never be a downgrade in any situation. At one point, though, he does lose an ability. The auto heal from Syl, he will lose that. That's not a big deal, though. I don't want to spoil anything huge for the later parts of the game either. I mean, I will spoil things like I've said before, and I'll probably say it again, but really big things, I'll just wait until they happen most of the time. Oh, what are they talking about? I wasn't paying attention. No, he knows Suzume well enough that he expects to suffer. They don't really go over Suzume and Inukai's relationship at all. I'm pretty sure he was like I don't know, a friend, I guess? And then he says that she's the best Koinichi in Japan, and not only is that wrong, she is not as threatening as he makes it sound. There is, for example, the Yokai army, the northernmost army on the map, has a very good Koinichi. Probably better than Suzume. Actually, she is. She's better than Suzume. Doesn't come with assassination, though. That actually doesn't come with very many ninjas. You'll face few that have that. I'm trying to think of what I'll do after Hara. I'll probably just go to Iga. I won't be going to this army. Tanegashima. Though it's smart to take them on early on in the game. And that's true because you don't want their troops to have large numbers. You do not want that. They have a unit unique to their army, and is the musket unit. Well, it's not unique to their army. Later in the game, other armies have it, and there are a few exceptions here and there, but this army relies on it. It's like their central unit. Musket units take the front row. They sit in the front row. You can't put them in the back. They're a close range unit, and they're a powerhouse. They'll tear through anything, probably. Swordsmen are not safe at all from muskets, and guard units, you want to absorb the hit from the muskets just to protect warriors, because the muskets of any size, well, not of any size, of any power, will one-shot a warrior unit that's about its size, almost without fail. This army is one that's not very fun to fight in a situation where I don't want to reload, because if one of them gets lucky and Katsui is at like 90% guard and he doesn't block their faction leader's musket round and it kills Rance, you just got a game over. And that's happened to me before, and I don't want it to happen in this, because then I have to reload in that situation. I'll probably fight them though. That army, Tanegashima, will not attack you on their own, ever. They can be conquered by Mori House. And that's really it. They're pretty peaceful. You can buy a musket unit from them without engaging them at all, but it's shit. It's another no-name unit. Even the no-name musket units are threatening, but they're not. You don't want one. Musket units are expensive. They cost a lot of money, and if you're gonna have one at all, it should be a named one. This scene here, it foreshadows a lot. It kind of shows that Nobunaga, I don't know, it expresses his feelings for life, I think, when he talks about his wife. And then he gives Rance a message, and it's important. It's very relevant to the end of the game. And the CG is unique. It's pretty. I like this picture. It's a good one. It's got all the primary characters there that you care about. I mean, you don't care about Suzume yet, probably, but you'll grow to. And Rance and Syl you care about. Ko's a little girl, you can't help but feel, you know, a want to protect her or something. And Nobunaga's, of course, your friend, so... yeah. And then 3G's in the back. I wouldn't say alone. He has 3 heads. He's... I don't know if they're all... You know what? I don't know how that works. You find out later on that when one of them swallows their food incorrectly, they all choke. But that's not really related to the 3 brains that they probably have. Whatever. Oh my god, and you can see it on the table. That's Dango. You can see it. You can see it. And they're all eating it, so obviously Nobunaga made it and Ko didn't. Also, they're not lime green. Whenever she makes them, they're all rainbowy and poisonous and whatever. I think he's drinking sake too. Isn't that how they drink it in... Well, I don't know if they do that now in Japan, but they used to drink it out of bowls or something, didn't they? I have no idea. And it could just be water, it could be nothing. Well, it's some kind of liquid that he's consuming. Maybe soup, I don't know. And, you know, again, Suzume, they all just trust her for some reason. That magic of good fortune, they just trust it. She just randomly joins the army and the game to enhance the quality of the game. Kind of like how Rance just randomly became the leader of Japan to make a game. And they'll just trust her there. If she was, again, evil, she could off all of them. Oh, and something that I haven't mentioned, Nobunaga, he's always sated in all of his pictures because it's supposed to show his ill, you know, weakness, and he doesn't have any color about him. He's, like, his clothing is ugly. He looks like a dreary person, and that's done intentionally. Koime gets all the colors, all the happiness, instead of him. It's also important to note that all the faction leaders in the game have their symbol on them. They all do that, I think. Choshin might not have, but he's a dumbass, so that would explain that. Oda has his, Nobunaga has the Oda flowers on him. Koime may or may not have anything. So, now I can replenish my troops. I will do that. Oh man, Hara, got a long way to go here, so I'll just do this quick. Go in here like that. I'll try to assassinate with Suzume. I'm not really sending her in to accomplish anything. I'm just trying to get her more troops, you know? So I'll go for this guy. See if it works. There you go. That's how assassination works. You can see right there. It will off the commander. It doesn't necessarily kill them, but it could incapacitate them. And then they're just out. Their whole unit's gone. It doesn't deduct the troops from the bar up top. Like, see, Rance just attacked that person. The bar up top moved for all the troops killed. That doesn't happen with assassination. Just the leader, like, being knocked out of commission. So, it can be a bad idea to assassinate because of that. But it's usually good. It's 10% of the time, if that high, that it's a bad idea. And in this case, the person that Suzume assassinated was killed. That's not always the case. They can survive, which it's not a big deal. Your units are treated the same way. You know what, I'm just gonna send in Ranmaru and these guys because Katsui can hold the defense on his own. Oh, and here's a monk unit. That's cool that we get to see one. I forgot that Hara had any. There's a good variety in Ashikaga and Hara of units, so you get to see a few. I'll explain the monk really quick. It's just a melee unit. They just hand-to-hand like warriors or guard units or whatever. And they're weaker, they're not stronger because they're unarmed monks, you know, they fight with their hands, so they're not really powerful. They can heal themselves. I look at them as a utility unit. They're like tacticians, they can attack, but you don't usually want to do that. You can get a monk to be really powerful, and I don't know why I did that. You can get a monk to be really powerful and, you know, compete with sword units, but you want to typically use them for other things. They can cancel guard, so like Katsui and Meitakeiji wouldn't be able to protect anything in their row. It would just remove that guard and everything would be open to attack. They have a few other special things about them, monks do, that I'll explain when we see them again. There is a faction in this game that is primarily monks. It's the Tenshi sect, it's a religious faction, and they're very easy because they're made up mostly of monks. There are a few tough monks to fight here and there, and I don't usually use them myself because I would much rather, you know, attack a guard unit 20 times to kill it than remove the guard and then kill the stuff I actually want at, like their warriors. I don't know, I just don't usually use monks. But I will recruit one this playthrough. And I will use her. Abaroko Dosan-chan. Great unit. Oh, I also have to recruit Isoroku in them, too. And the Mino 3, I forgot all about that, so. I will do that. The thing I said earlier about the symbols on them, Aki doesn't care about Hara, so she doesn't have any symbols of it on her. Hara Shoji has a shoulder plate that has the symbol on it. And he is the leader, so it's more appropriate for him to be adorned with it than her.